Welcome back to Is It Still Good, the channel where we watch older films and let you know if they still hold up. Today, we're going to get into a movie I've always liked from 1987 starring Jack Nicholson, The Witches of Eastwick. A lot of fun, actually. Spoiler. But first, let's try to sell you guys some of my books. Okay, hopefully you guys bought some of my books. You can get them anywhere, but I would prefer that you get them at your local bookstore. Let's support them first, me second. If not, Brains & Noble, Amazonians, you name it, Walmartians, wherever. So let's get into Witches of Eastwick. This is directed by George Miller. That's right, the guy that did Mad Max Fury Road and Happy Feet. He's just got such a weird career, this guy. And it stars Jack Nicholson, Cher, Susan Sarandon, and Michelle Pfeiffer. I hadn't seen this movie in forever, in a million years. I had a couple of friends up at the house, females, and I thought it would be fun to watch this with them. And we did. We checked out Witches of Eastwick, and it was funny because Jack Nicholson's character in this, who, spoiler, he plays the devil, really pissed them off, at least initially. One of my friends, she was just like constantly cutting him off and upset and annoyed, and sort of missing the point until about the third act, I'd say. Just letting him get under her skin, so to speak. Of course, wine was involved. But this is really fun. This is a really, really fun movie. I had a blast with it. There's a supporting actress in this, Veronica Cartwright, who plays Felicia Alden. And she's married to Clyde Alden, played by Richard Jenkins, the dad from Step Brothers. And Felicia in this sort of is like the counterweight to the whole film. Basically, she's the only one in town that knows that something is amiss. She's hyper-religious, and therefore Jack Nicholson's character, Daryl Van Horn, aka the devil, Satan, really makes sure she suffers. And it's really wild. I mean, she's so intense, Veronica Cartwright. What a great actress. And Jack Nicholson's really good in this. He's really funny. One of my friends commented that he's basically in the same role as the Joker for Batman. And I would agree. As the film went on, he was basically just being the Joker, which is just fine for this role, by the way. It's a little weird. It's a goofy movie for sure. I had fun with it. Where it really started to fall apart was at the very end. They kind of had me most of the way, actually. It's shot well. It's fun. The music is good. I don't know. It's just kind of cool. It's a cool movie. It's definitely worth a watch, I would say. This one, I'm going to give like a 6.5 out of 10. I think it's fair. This one's rated R. And it felt like it kind of dragged on a little bit. The runtime's a little long. It's rated R, 1 hour, 58 minutes. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I think it's a little long. So my critiques on this film, I would like it to be a bit shorter. I'd like to see this just 90 minutes in and out. I think it would be fine. The ending sort of annoyed me a little bit. Felicia's death I found to be way too dark. It just kind of like took the film in a really rough spot. Some of the special effects looked like they were done by the same people who did like Troll and some of those. They held up in the sense that you get like a strong reaction from them. But again, like sort of too dark for the film. It's almost got like some horror elements that like are truly creepy. Like at the very end, Daryl Van Horn sort of becomes this big monster thing, and then he turns into this little Brussels sprout kind of looking cherub. It's just very unsettling, and those visuals do stay with you. Michelle Pfeiffer's good in it. It's before she really came into her own as like a really strong leading actress. Susan Sarandon's great in the comedic elements, for sure. And Cher is surprisingly good. Cher is a good actress. Not bad. And I don't know. This was just kind of a fun movie. So again, I give this let's say 6.5 out of 10. I think it's fair. How I would have altered the ending, if it makes sense to those who have seen it, I would have had the girls come to Felicia for help, being the expert on this. Felicia would have helped them vanquish Daryl Van Horn and would have welcomed these heathenistic witches into her pseudo-religious fold, and they kind of would have met in the middle at the end. I think that would have suited the tone a lot better. It would have been a lot more satisfying of an ending. You still kind of got rid of Daryl Van Horn, which can't really get rid of Satan. I mean, he still even pops up at the end in the form of, he shows up on their TV screens trying to talk to their 3 sons they have. The whole point is that the devil wants sons, and he gets them. So I don't know if it's a happy ending for us, but certainly not a happy ending for Felicia and her husband, Clyde. But it's still worth a watch. It's a very interesting movie. That's kind of the point of the channel, is to raise awareness for movies you never would have looked up, you know? And I think this is one of them. It's a goofy movie. It's got a stacked cast. It's a good one to watch with friends because there's a lot of goofy stuff that you kind of want to chat about. But on a whole, you will be left feeling a little disappointed by the end, maybe? I was, so were my friends, so 6.5 out of 10. I think that's just spot on. That's right on the nose, 6.5, which makes it watchable, you know? Do you need to seek it out? No. There's a million other movies you gotta watch first, of course. But if you're scrolling, you got nothing to watch, and you see The Witches of Eastwick, and I'm talking about the 1987 version. Apparently there was a remake, which I have no interest in of any kind. But the 1987 version's got a stacked cast, some really memorable moments, actually a lot of fun in parts. So yeah, go ahead and give it a watch. Let me know in the comments what you think about The Witches of Eastwick. This is one of those ones I'm expecting a conversation sparked by those who have seen it. In a similar vein, what's a better movie from a similar time? I would say Death Becomes Her is probably similar and a bit more fun. A little more lighthearted and goofy, but still with those horror elements, kind of darker. I would recommend Death Becomes Her. See my review on that, by the way, over this one. But it doesn't mean Witches of Eastwick is altogether unwatchable either. Go ahead and check it out. Why not? Can't hurt you. And let me know what you thought in the comments. I will see you guys next Friday on Is It Still Good?
Ha 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 ha!